Hi friends, happy Friday. I hope you're having a really good day so far. I just arrived back in Austria this morning, like I got home at almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So I decided that while I am combating jet lag, hi Ivan, while I am combating jet lag, I decided I would make a video to let you know my top tips for fighting against jet lag or just like dealing with jet lag when you travel or switch different time zones. You know, even a 3 hour difference can cause some jet lag or struggles with sleep and energy. And in my case, I was in California and I live in Austria, so it was like a 9 hour difference. And I've traveled a lot. Hey, I've traveled a lot throughout the years that I feel like I've been able to have some really great strategies in order to help combat jet lag. Some involve some essential oils, and some involve like just some practices and things that I have done over the years that have really, 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 really helped. Okay, so I'm just going to give them to you and share them with you. I don't even know how many there will be because I just decided to make this video and I wanted to share it with you because I think that a lot of us are traveling a lot and going places and things like that, and it can often be the case that we have to deal with jet lag. So the first tip that I have for you guys in dealing with jet lag is food. Okay, so personally, what has worked best for me, and the reason why I do this is because I studied professional golfers. Like, I love professional athletes, but especially professional golfers, because they travel a lot to do a lot of, golfing tournaments and different things like that. But there's not like aggression in golf. So it's not like basketball or football or a sport where it's like just get some caffeine in you and just kind of go for it, even if your coordination or just different things might be a little bit off based on jet lag. I just found that professional golfers were really cool. So I studied a few of them, and a lot of them, what they do when they're traveling abroad or like in somewhere that they have a different time zone is they fast. They fast the whole way, and then they eat when they get to their location, the meal of that time zone. So from when I arrive at the airport, I'll usually have like a juice or maybe something to eat. But then from that moment when I get on the plane and all the way until I get home, I really just try to drink a ton of water, a ton of water. And sometimes some lemon essential oils in there, but I really, really try to fast completely. And then that way, like this morning I woke up and I hadn't eaten, to be honest, for over 24 hours, but I was feeling fine. And so I had some breakfast, and I just really feel that, not eating a ton while you're on the plane. You know, sometimes they serve like chicken and pasta on a 10-hour plane and nobody's moving, and then they serve 2 meals. You have chicken and pasta, and then the next meal is like a sandwich, and you haven't even done anything, And so I really feel that our body staying in its time zone in terms of digestive patterns is very important. And so I have found that fasting helps a lot. So that's a big one. And shout out to, I think it was like Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods, and it was one other. And I was just like really digging deep into a lot of these professional golfers to see like, hey, how do they travel all over different time zones, then stay super focused and perform really well playing golf? For some reason, that sport for me was just really interesting because it's not energizing. It's not like, you don't get like super aggressive. In fact, the more aggressive and the more like out of your brain you get, the worse you play. And so that was really interesting for me. The second way to combat jet lag is to just like not nap. Like, do not nap the days that you come back. I know you're super tired. Have a cup of coffee, go for a walk, make plans, just do something. That way you can stay awake the full day when you arrive and then go to sleep at that time. To help with sleep, I love using this essential oil. It's called Serenity. It's by doTERRA. There's lavender in it, so lavender on its own is totally cool. But what I love about Serenity is that there's also other oils in it, like ylang ylang, I believe. Sorry, this one I can't read really well. Yeah, it's a blend. I cannot read what it says on here on this label. It's been rubbed off a little bit, but I'll post it for you guys. So this one has lavender in it, and then some other hormone balancing oils that are really, really great. When you're all over the place and you're in a different time zone, hormones can definitely be out of balance. If you're a woman, for example, if you've ever traveled abroad and your period has been delayed or maybe started, a little early, you get to see how it really affects the body hormonally when you're traveling on a regular basis. Plus, melatonin production, you know, the sleep hormone, or let's say the dark hormone, what your body produces when it gets dark, can be all over the place too. So that's really important. So I love using serenity oil to help me get to sleep at night, especially like every night, but especially those nights when it's time to unwind and just kind of relax earlier. I put this on the bottom of my feet, on the lower part of my back, and then I put my finger on the top and I do a serenity mustache so I can really, really, really smell it. So that's what I use to kind of help with sleep there. And then to stay energized throughout the day, you know how I said you should stay awake. I don't want you to drink, you know, copious amounts of caffeine and coffee. Like I had a half of a cup of coffee today with some almond milk, just to kind of get me energized for the day and things like that. But I don't want you to be drinking like 3, 4, 5 cups of coffee, you know, to stay awake and then not be able to go to sleep. So what I always carry with me all the time and just in general is this peppermint oil. So peppermint's super energizing. It's also a great tummy tamer. The other day, me and my best friend Allie, when I was in Hollywood, what did we eat? I don't even remember what we eat. It wasn't what we ate. It wasn't anything like super unhealthy. It's just that we ate a lot and just like we're really bloated. And then we put like 3 or 4 drops in our mouth, and within like less than 5 minutes, I forgot the lid was off. We were not bloated anymore. And she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how fast that works. So I love peppermint. I'll smell it like this. I'll put a drop in my hand. In fact, I'll do it right now because I haven't done it today. Put a drop in my hand, rub it together, and inhale like that. And this is a really great way to boost that energy. If you feel any digestive discomfort too from being jet lagged, you know, if you're eating something or just something doesn't sit right, or maybe you're a little bit like constipated or uncomfortable digestively, because sometimes that happens when we're traveling and our body's just kind of out of sync, if you will, you can put some drops of peppermint in your mouth too. So those are the 2 oils that I like a lot. So yeah, my first tip was just like to fast. Try to fast or just have liquids. You don't want your body to be like, you know, preoccupied trying to digest all the shit that they feed you in airports. I swear one day that's going to be one of my missions. I want to really, really proactively work with some airline in order to get some good quality food and also less plastic on board. That would be a big one for me because I fly a lot. I just feel like, yeah. Anyways, fasting on the plane, eating the first meal. Like let's say you land, I don't know, at 9 o'clock in the morning. You know, like I landed super late, so I slept and then I woke up and my first meal was breakfast. But let's say you arrive at like, I don't know, 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, wait a little bit and then maybe have lunch. So whatever that local meal is of that time, fast until you get there. It might be a little bit hard in the beginning. It might be a little uncomfortable, but trust me, it works. It works. Like I've gone from one time zone to another and then like immediately taught a workout group, you know, done a retreat because of these tips, because of the way that I know that our body works and processes. Don't sleep during the day, don't nap. So if you need help getting to sleep, this is a really good oil, the Serenity oil. And if you need help staying energized and awake and maybe even calming your tummy a little bit, peppermint is a good one. Lavender is also fine if you have, if you use doTERRA and you've bought in like the Home Essentials kit or the Family Essentials kit or whatever, you'll have the peppermint, you'll also have lavender. So it's totally cool to use lavender instead, but I like Serenity a lot. So yeah, those are my tips to help you combat against jet lag. Stay hydrated, that's another one. Make sure you're drinking a ton of water as always, but that's just going to help with hydrating our cells, keeping us energized, helping our digestive system. I find that kind of that digestive discomfort and like that irregularity in the beginning sometimes can be what kind of causes us to be really, really, really sluggish. So yeah, if you have any questions about essential oils, about other tips and tricks for jet lag, for those of you that travel a lot, just send me a message. I love talking about this, and I hope you have a really good Friday and weekend. Bye.